What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about the MULN reverse split vote, which is scheduled for Thursday, tomorrow, August the 3rd. What is most likely to happen, in my opinion, over the next 2 weeks? What in the world is going on with MCOM, formerly known as Hellbiz? Are they about to swallow up a company called Van Moof, who actually did $122 million in revenue in 2020 before they ran into trouble? And what the heck is going on with CRKN and that massive pump and dump in today's market? All that and more coming right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy hump day to you. I hope you're having a fantastic afternoon. Last trade on CRKN 059. What the heck is going on? And yes, I did buy some more MULN at 121, and I added to MCOM at 078. So let me simplify what the heck is going on, and then I have a bit of a rant that I need to go on to that most of you will miss. So instead of doing the reverse order, let's talk about the stocks first, starting with MULN. We have a reverse split tomorrow, and they most likely already have the yes vote. So while some of you seem to take pride, and I certainly understand why, in voting no, because of the insiders and the convertible preferred stock, and this happens all the time, they've already got enough votes. So what I hope happens, David, if you're listening, is you go small, 1 for 9, because in case you missed the last couple of videos, there's something that I'm calling the 1 for 250 reverse split rule, meaning inside of a 2-year period, you cannot do 1 for 250 or more. So they already did a 1 for a 25. They can't do a 1 for 10. They can't do a 1 for 11. They certainly could, so to speak, but if it falls under $1 before they regain compliance, it's an automatic transfer to the OTC. And speaking of that, this is the guy that told you to sell BBIG at 5 and change repeatedly and stay the fuck away at 285. So with all due respect to you bag holders that got a stock trading under $1, when you're only allowed to sell and you can't legitimately buy at most brokerage firms, you stay the hell away. And before I move on to MULN, if the insiders who haven't said a word at BBIG are trying to fuck over the average retail so they can suck up the stock under $1, what does that tell you? Is that the kind of company that you want to be in business with? The reason why they haven't said a damn word is because they're getting, in my opinion, the hell out of Dodge. And my question for the lawyers out there, where'd the $95 million go that was supposed to be dedicated towards the National Enquirer takeover, right, Ted? He was sitting in the National Enquirer office. Then he got thrown out and the deal fell through. Who's walking away with that $95 million? Inquiring minds like to know. But I bought some more MULNs. Speaking of MULNs, we'll cover that another day. Whatever happened to the poor guy? I heard he's got a half a dozen lawsuits and he's on the run. And no, that wasn't his house when he had the Craigslist pool party. But I did buy some more, and it was a gamble. MULN at 121. So here's what I hope happens. Reverse split 1 for 9. A lot of excitement, and tell us next week. David, come on out and tell us that, look, we went 1 for 9 because of the 1 for 250 rule. We are going to have to hold compliance most likely for 20 trading sessions because they declined our acceptance or compliance the last time, even though we held a dollar for 10 days. So investor public, yours truly's got 8% cash after I bought some more CRKN under 6 cents a share. I'm ready to buy more MULN, but I want to see that 1 for 9. I will participate in what I think could be a pump to 20 or 25 cents if they articulate the reason behind it. We don't want to rape the public. We don't want to do a massive reverse split of 1 for 50 or, God forbid, a 1 for 100, which he denied publicly repeatedly that he wasn't going to do, because that's an excuse to pull an alt and do nothing but print fucking billions more shares. Do you know that MULN, and again, I know it's a gamble being long the stock, but I am also the guy who's up 744%. And before I go any further, we have something that I call poverty consciousness in this country. Everybody wants something for nothing. If you got a small business and you're struggling, ask yourself, are you dedicating your time, your energy, and your fucking money to what you want an ROI from? We've lost 30% of our premium members in the last 3 months because we adjusted our price to reflect a Facebook group, a Discord for stock traders that launches on the 14th of this month, followed by YouTube short videos where I talk about nothing but your fucking small business for 60 seconds. And if that's not enough, a texting service for qualified investors in September. But I lost a third of my business in the midst of, wait for it, 16 out of 17 winners for 487% gain since April. The reason why we continue to do that, in my opinion, and this excludes those of you that are struggling, is we want something for nothing. And the pandemic ruined men in particular in this country, right? We want free healthcare. We want free education. We want free pot. We want free video games. There's a war on tipping. We want to get rid of that. We want to screw over the single moms and dads that work their ass off at your favorite restaurant or bar. And we certainly, in most cases, don't want to pay Jason, even though he's almost 800% my money. All I had to do was follow the trades that up until today were pinned on Twitter. No, we don't want to pay him either. In fact, we not only don't want to pay him, we want to cancel what we were fucking paying him. So I'm not looking for sympathy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm simply here to say the following. You are not going to get your fat ass in shape, fellas. You are not going to grow your small business, ladies, unless you invest time, energy, and money in what is important to you. And if you don't think I don't know how to make money, if you don't think I can promote you to 200,000 people and do 60-second videos that on average are going to be seen by 5, 6, or 7,000 people, something that you couldn't do on your own, I don't know what fucking rock you're sleeping under. It's time to start investing for ROI. And what do you do in terms of yours truly? You get a premium membership and you hang on to it because there's money to be made here. Lots of it at trysmallbiz.com. So I'm buying more MULN. I hope it's a 1 for 9. I hope we go into the 24th of this month and we have a lot of excitement, including with the press, and we can survive over $1 for an entire month or 20 trading sessions, so that if we do in a month, in 3 months, in 6 months fall back down under $1, we can get a 6-month, followed most likely by another 6-month extension. But if they go big and it demoralizes down to a dime or less, and it's a 1 for 50 at $5, and they turn on the printing press in the first quarter of next year, if we drop down inside of 2 years under $1, it's an automatic dilution. And if they actually do that, in my opinion, wait for it. They're bending us over this desk without any lube whatsoever. And it's all the way in, up, and out the other side. So, David, for the love of God Almighty himself, 1 for 9, I will put the 8% of my cash remaining or close to it and create a lot of excitement with thousands of people that I brought into and held into the stock. Do not fuck shareholders over with a large reverse split, which brings me to MCOM followed by CRKN. Call me crazy. I think Sal's got a rabbit up in the hat, a trick up his sleeve. Yes, we don't like each other. Yes, the stock is down 99.9%. Yes, he hit me with a cease and desist order, and if I get another one, it's an automatic class action lawsuit that he's absolutely positively going to lose. But did you notice he was over in Sicily? He shared one of those pictures. Are you trying to tell us, Sal, that if the merger with YAYO or Van Moof, which could be a huge boon in terms of the bottom line, they did $122 million before they ran into supply chain troubles back in 2020. Are you kind of hinting that if shit hits the fan and you hand over the reins to someone else, you're just going to fly the chicken coop over to Sicily? Is that what that photo was all about, ladies and gentlemen? I am betting, and it's a gamble, that this man has an ego. He's also the largest shareholder on the planet of MCOM, formerly known as Hellbiz. If this stock doesn't get cranking, last trade 0799, a hell of a lot higher than it is right now, with his average, in my opinion, based on what we've seen, north of $2, actually $2.50 a share, he stands to lose tens of millions of dollars. And I bought my average down this morning to 28 cents. I was way over $1. And I'm now down on MULN at 55 cents. I could probably get that in and around the low 40s with the remaining cash I have. But in terms of MULN, I need to see one for 9. If I see the big one, I'm going to have to wait for the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then maybe I roll the dice. But most likely, I'm done if they go big on MULN. But MCOM, I got a feeling. I could be wrong, but I'm the same motherfucker that racked up 125 winners for 744%, and that includes another 80% in the 4 ETFs we own. If they get the YAYO, it's an automatic double in terms of revenue. They've already cleaned house. They've gotten out of cities that are not profitable. They've got a catalyst with the mid-August or thereabouts opening in Soho. Something tells me, as flawed as this guy is and arguably crooked, he's got something up his sleeve, and it could be the ultimate trap. It's not only giving you a chance, if you're like me, to average down with the stock stuck the last week or so at between 7.5 or 8, but he's creating a facade, quite possibly, that is emboldening naked shorts that, oh, this thing's going to go bankrupt. It's going to go to the pink sheets because it's under a dime for 10 days. Wrong. XCLA spent months under a dime. They've got time. But Sal, if you're listening to me, even though I blocked you a long time ago, swallow your pride. Continue to be somewhat reserved as you have been because your lawyer told you to stop antagonizing your shareholders, and stagger the mergers if you can. If you've already got YAYO, and there's a lot of talk out there that it's going to happen any day, wait a bit on the Van Moof. Wait a bit. Let the market get excited. YAYO, we're at 15 to a quarter. Lay off the fucking SEPA with Yorkville for a few days. Let it get over and above 20 to 25 cents. And then come in with the kaboom and tell the story that you're basically going to reinvigorate a company that ran into unit costs and supply chain problems, that was doing over $100 million in revenue. And the combination of Wheels, Hellbiz, YAYO, which is fleet management in the EV space, and Van Moof could quite possibly be $250 million in revenue. But if I'm way off, and I could be, we're looking at a reverse split in the next 6 months, which brings me in closing to CRKN. I gave him an earful about 30 minutes ago. I think it was a criminal pump and dump, right? We've seen that before. They got it cranking to 12 cents at 4 a.m. I put out 2 tweets, and yeah, I was being a smart ass. I've got a right to do so. When you deliver almost 800% on your money, and that doesn't include promoting your business, and you lose a third because you think that Joe Biden's the worst fucking president in history, don't tell me we can't do better. Give us somebody else, preferably somebody who's half his age. I'll take Gavin Newsom. A Robert Kennedy Jr., even better. Give us somebody who doesn't have a fucking problem keeping his hands and his nose to himself. Just ask his own family how. And don't get me started on all the bribes and shit like this. We can do better as a country. If that's caused me to lose a third of my business by telling you the honest to God's truth, as an independent, I'm okay with that. But with respect to CRKN, last trade 059, and I just bought some right before this video started. I got my average down to 067. There's a large shareholder. How's that for a tangent? He's all over the place. No wonder he's losing his business. No, I am fucking in fuego. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to make some of you rich over the next 20 years, but you're not going to get the stock picks for free unless you're inside of the Discord, which launches the week of the 14th, followed by the texting, which is going to be unbelievable, right? You're sitting on the, oh, here comes another winner, Helen. Hop on to E-Trade or wherever it is that you did, enter it in and just another 125. That's going to be hard to top in 16 months for 744%. But I'll give it my best shot, ladies and gentlemen. But CRKN, there's a massive whale who approached the company a month ago and said, I want $50 million worth of stock. And that's when it was 12 cents a share. And greedy as he is, and I'm not going to say his name, but he's a beast. He said, I wanted the stock cheaper. Well, they let it come down, or they pushed it down to 7 cents. And if you do 75 million shares, which is a filing they did about a week ago, times 7 cents, there's the $50 million. So they got it cranking, similar to you-know-who style in the pre-market. They got all the retail money, right? The rockets are going off on StockTwits. Wrong. I said get out in my own way at 10 cents twice. And then I made the mistake, arguably, of buying it back at 7 and then again at 6 and change and some a little bit. And I got a huge position now at 05. I think it was 0585 that I paid not too long ago. My average is 067. All of these stocks in closing, thank God, are up for a reverse split, let's say in the next 3 to 6 months. Some are going to happen sooner. It's probably going to be MULN first, followed by CRKN, followed by MobQ, which is off its back. Last trade almost 10, average down at 088. And then, of course, MULN, MCOM, which I think has a lot more time than the others. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're still with me, always remember that I love you and I greatly appreciate the support of our premium members. And no, you don't need a small business at trysmallbiz.com to get into all the action. And until next time, I really thank you very much for watching.